out there, you're welcome once again to Sports Orbit, the Tuesday edition of the program. My name is Apacho Saliku Usman. It's in the studio with me. Saliku, welcome to Sports Orbit.
Thank you, Alpha.
Right, on today's edition, as usual, we'll begin straight from the NPFL where Nasarawa United are actually threatened to, from reports we heard, are even looking for a replacement for club chairman Barrister Isaac Galadi, and this is as a result of the poor performance of Nasarawa United since the beginning of the 2022-2023 season. The state government actually and the Ministry of Youth and Sport so far are not happy with the performance of the team, and according to sources, they said the government is not happy with the situation, hence the need to change the management of the team, and some notable names have also been penciled down for the job. So far, the three matches, National United have lost so far against Gobe United, Plateau United, and Shooting Stars, which of all these games, the team was able to gather only 1 point and are currently sitting at the bottom of Group A in the Abridged League. So, Talifu, so far we're beginning to see what will likely be a casualty of the league. One would have thought that Mekaba would have been the first, but this time for National United, not only that they are even talking about the coach, but they feel the chairman is responsible, and you're beginning to wonder what input the chairman has on the club because for most times when teams are going through this kind of issues, is either you fire the whole board of technical crew, but this day I think singling out the chairman. But from some other sources I gathered, it's like the government actually is not actually happy with the club chairman. So the poor performance might just be another way of making him leave the position through the back door.
Yeah, Alpha, thank you. If you look at the National United, even though National United cannot, all every season cannot be considered as
Mm.
a title favorite,
Yeah.
but they are always one of the teams who are always up there and are pretty fit for always the ensure that they keep and sometimes more pressure on even on the top line.
Mm.
But I think that this season, National United so far have played 6 matches, and out of the 6 matches, only managed to get a draw, which is against Kobe United.
Yeah.
1 point from 18 points is totally unacceptable by any standard, by any means one can think of. And another scenario that will be big because just like you see, when the club is not normally doing well, we talk about the push of the cat club, the food. So that has also been documented in the social media and that has also called for the head of Malani Q.
Yes.
Malani Q have been in charge for almost 3 seasons now.
Yeah.
And you know, he may not have won the title from but he has always justified his technical prowess that yes, he's one of the best coaches in the local league and he's doing well. But unfortunately, a lot of things has happened this season. We don't know what is largely responsible for these scenarios. And in my own view, and maybe the state government may have thinking that there's a policy issues of the management that may have is affecting the club position. Remember that the coach doesn't have to say the coach can only recommend or can say the manager may say most players the right and play players the right in order to play. Remember that we are in Nigeria when things are done in a different way. Sometimes the coach will not even know whose player is coming out, whose player is going out.
Yeah.
But sometimes you can only ask for his opinion and they will say, I need this player. But if the chairman decided to go for whoever they want as the player want, and remember that we are in a country where a lot of people go under the bridge.
Yes.
If you remember the story of Bausi Wiki Thomas, when there was an alleged that Sherman brought some players who they are to be on their payroll, asking that they are paying for them, they are paying them. He's paying them over 150,000, but in the end, what he's giving to the player just like 50,000 naira.
Yeah.
But why on the player plays the player was signed for 150, but what he's giving to the player allegedly is 50,000 naira. So source of team it cannot be source it can't be peculiar to make story. We know we hacking pattern of a lot of the underground doing most of the club chairman in Nigeria are doing. And Dela the Isaac, he felt to me is the chairman of he's chairman of the club. He's also the head of all the club owners chairman. He's the chairman of the club owner. There was a time, if my memory gets me correct, if I'm not wrong, about 3 seasons ago, or 3 seasons ago, still under this government where he was sacked, and one man was brought in, and they tried to recall that man name. I don't recall one very good man that was brought in as the club chairman, and give him a task to to review the clause and the position the sport, but effectively the man could not even effective could not even perform well.
Yeah.
So after like 4 or 5 matches, so the man was easing out again, and then they brought out the back
Mm.
to salvage the situation, and then he came back and defended he tried to salvage the situation of being an experienced person. He is one of the experienced club managers in the country, and then, but it's like sometimes when the longer you stay on the job, and if you are not careful, the diminishing return started to set in. Maybe the diminishing return has been to set in, and at the same time, the like have also shown in hand in many policies of Nigeria sport. So when you have an issue as a club, you focus on the club. But when you begin to go through it, when you begin to more care about what happened at the national level, what happened at the NFL, they are only interested in administration, the policy of football, the policy within Nigeria country, and not minding. But that could also be happening on their own club. And maybe these are some of the things the ministry and the government have taken into consideration. Well, if you feel that it's overwhelmed, overwhelmed, they need to release it and let another person come in to try it. Remember, nobody has a monopoly of money. Another person can look at that.
All right, to some other news now where Elizabeth Anyanacho, that is a Nigerian taekwondo star, because she became the only Nigerian woman taekwondo athlete to compete at the second Nigerian, actually at the Olympics, is hoping this year's African Games in Ghana will springboard her Paris 2024 challenge. She said, for this year's African Games in Ghana, my expectation is to win the gold medal. She said, but it's not like it's going to be easy because I know my opponents are also training, but I'm also training and I believe God will crown our efforts. Because she's currently based in Germany since the 2022 within the IOC Elite Athlete Scholarship Scheme. She has been honing her skills in readiness for future conquest. The first big challenge on her horizon is the African Games, where she will seek to improve upon the bronze she won in 2019. So, well, we hope this will actually help this young lady's career. Although her outing in Tokyo wasn't what we expected, she didn't go as far as most of us had thought. But now that as a result of the IOC Elite Athlete Scholarship Team, now she has better sponsor, more better training facilities. Recall that during that period she was being bankrolled almost single-handedly by Chukwueze, So at the point, and recall after the Olympics, he too had to step away from the sport that he had financed this sport for a long time and he needed to focus on his private business. But her being one of the elite, athletes, being under the elite athlete scholarship scheme, I'm sure we're going to help her a long way. And let's see what her performance in Ghana will be. From there, we'll be able to at least project and measure what we expect from her come Paris 2024.
Yeah, thank you. Not minding her output at the Olympic, Elizabeth Nasarawa is one of the prospects for the medal or Nigerians. A lot of Nigerians are looking up to her for Paris 2024 Olympic. Not minding her output at the Tokyo Olympic because the Tokyo Olympic was her debut.
Exactly.
And at the same time, to me, a lot of them they are disappointed that come out. Me, I don't say
I wasn't. Yeah.
it was not that he was just unlucky. But just a new rookie who is just coming to the nation for the first time, and in the first match he has to come against a former champion, gold medalist. So it will be very tough for her. Then because the other opponent, based on experience and whatever, he has everything ahead of her. But not minding, the other person still put her best effort, but it was not enough to escape through. And since then, when we return the third one Olympic and her master, her sponsors and her role model, whatever you can say, she can still make it going into it because this for everybody. She just like she will handle all that
Exactly.
in terms of doing, in terms of everything. So it was more than it was not just like a coach or it was just like a father to Elizabeth. And then she can told him that he's no longer interested. He wanted to take look aside for another team. Not the corner sport in a lot of people cry that what will be the future of the Elizabeth? Everybody concerned about Elizabeth. And if she can decide to quit, what happens to what become of Elizabeth? Well, luckily, thanks to the Nigerian Olympic Committee and the collaboration with the IOC, they get this scholarship who has put her on the Olympic agenda. So we wish her well, just like we say, actually Nigeria, that all Nigeria need to do for now is to keep on praying for her, support her, and make sure that yes, for Africa, for all Africa, they don't have any doubt in the give us the goal.
Right. Next, we have some table tennis news quickly before we go on this break. For what you recall that last week we had, giving you the news of his move to the Russian league, and of course, in his first couple of matches, he has started his campaign in the Russian league with a win, actually winning in all his matches alongside his team mates, that is talking about Chinese international and Yan and Russian national champion Alexander Shibaev, who have won 5 matches to top the league ahead of their close rival UMMC Rekinya Fisma in the Russian league. So good for Quadri. He and his new team, made his debut, and they are currently topping the league in the Russian table tennis championship.
Yeah, congratulations to him. Pray him that since he has changed from Belgium to Russia,
Yeah,
that will bring also it's changing positive to Nigeria.
very well.
Went to all African Games, Paris Olympic. One, most nobody is doubting about his capacity and his ability, but the only thing that Nigeria always consider whenever he put on the Nigeria grade and you begin to look at the different harmony.
Doesn't live up to expectation. Yeah,
The way that now they have changed the environment to working to Russia,
yeah.
being more equipped, more effective for when it comes to Nigerian matches.
Yeah.
But however, congratulations and we wish him well.
All right, we'll go quickly on the break, and when we come back, Sport Obi continues. Don't go nowhere.
For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
Welcome back from that breakdown to some EPL news. Now, where Southampton new forward that's talked about Nigerian striker Paul Onuachu has vowed to help Southampton beat the drop in the current Premier League season. The Saints are currently in the last position on the Premier League table, and we hope the Nigerian can help them maintain their top flight status. He arrived at St. Mary's Stadium on deadline day, penning a 3.5-year contract. He made his debut in the Saints 3-0 defeat at Brentford last weekend. Well, a tough challenge if you as we come into a new team, and unfortunately for him, in his first match for Southampton, they were still trashed once again 3-0, and he's saying, well, he is going to help them to escape relegation, because it will be really bad if you come to it, because even the issue that happened to Watford, exactly, haven't secured a dream move to the Premier League, and you now come to a club who is struggling, almost going below. If Southampton does not beat the drop, it won't be good at all.
Yes, Southampton is to me they are surprised team. Southampton is one of the Panama Pew who
At
always
least
shock
when you
bigger
talk
teams.
on middle table, at least they try to maintain that position.
Sometimes they even shock some
Mm.
bigger teams, bigger teams. But all this is a lot of things. Despite they are buying some key players, it's not a good moment for our own players.
Exactly.
Aribo,
I'm not sure.
I mean, for a long deal to move to the a regret thing for him.
Mm.
He has been wishing to come to England to play in Premier League when Nigerians can watch him.
Exactly.
And here he are, and we hope that it will not be a regret one for him, and he'll be able to help the club stabilize the situation. It's still as if they can still stabilize the situation, and all them, but they need to get their acts together and find what is the problem.
Yeah.
Because if they continue to lose the way they have been losing, then automatically to be very just no one for them.
Okay. All right. To some boxing news now, where for former world heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua, he will return to the ring once again at London's O2 Arena on the 1st of April 2023. This time it will be against American Franklin, actually German Franklin. This will be Joshua's first fight since losing to Alexander Usyk twice. First when he lost his title, and the second time when he tried to recover those titles, losing. And since then Joshua has a lot of fights were muted here and there to face different people from Tyson Fury, different people, but the Fury, fight didn't go on as it was planned initially. Fury had to pull out due to some disagreement with promoters, fees, and all of that. But he's now set to hopefully confront Jamal Franklin on the 1st of April 2023 in London. For Joshua, for me, I consider this a make or mar fight for Joshua because, um, well, this is not a title fight, but this will be his comeback fight, and all eyes will be on him, and it will be expected that it will be nothing short of victory for Anthony Joshua because losing this fight against Jamal Franklin will spell almost the end of his career because he'll now further fall down the pecking order, and I don't think top fighters would even want to, have anything to do with him if you lose to someone like Franklin. No disrespect to him, but he's not a well-known name in heavyweight cycle, so you fancy just a chances to at least defeat him.
Yeah, we hope so. I hope so. And the essence of the fight is just for him to revive his
Very
career.
well, yeah.
And
That's what it is, basically.
just like you can see that the whole lot of the top bosses are avoiding him already
Yeah.
because there's nothing on the table.
Mm.
And in the sporting world, in the boxing world, if you're not bringing anything on the table, nobody's ready to discuss
Oh, of
business.
course, yeah.
Nobody's ready to discuss business with
Yeah.
you. It's what you have in your hand that entices people to
Yeah.
come to you. And since you don't have anything to present to put from, you can say I have been struggling to get a fighter. And to the extent, even some people want to fight, we give him an ultimatum.
Exactly.
Take it short, don't even give him time
Or
to
else we will
plan,
pull out
take it
of the
short,
fight.
pull out. So,
Mm.
and he's desperately looking for where he can reignite his career again. And here comes Franklin. And let's hope so that he can go to go there and the end of it and see Joshua on the OE arenas and then doing what he knows how to do. So Nigerians are all strongly behind him and will bounce back.
Yeah. All right. To some Olympic news now. Well, last week we told you that Ukraine had been, protested and threatening to boycott the 2024 Olympic Games in Paris if Russia is being allowed to participate. But IOC is not taking that lightly, as they have said, that if Ukraine boycotts the Olympic, it will come with some consequences. Like they've always said that, once you qualified for the Olympics, you are mandated to participate. And they are saying, look, for what they said, say a boycott is a violation of the Olympic Charter, which obliges all NOCs to participate in the Games by the Olympiad by sending athletes. They said, as history has shown, previous boycotts did not achieve their political ends and serve only to punish the athletes of the boycotting National Olympics. For me, I think, and well, since this issue started, the Olympic has a different spirit generally when it comes to the likes of UEFA and the rest of. But Olympic is something that encourages. It's an avenue for even if you don't play
All inclusive.
professionally, even amateurs, you can as long as you are able to participate. It's all inclusive. So they are saying, look, you might have your grounds with um, Russia and all of that. That's why the other time Olympics had even said, look, these guys can perform, but okay, they might not even use the Russian flag, but allow them to perform. But Ukraine are saying, if you allow them to perform, we are going to pull that out. IOC are saying, look, past nations who have boycotted the Olympics, it did not go down well with them.
Yeah, and the issue in Russia between Russia and Ukraine is a global
Yeah.
global issue. The action of Russia in Ukraine is what the whole world view as an attack on the whole world.
Yeah.
And largely, except very few who are not even come, who don't even come out openly, who are secretly supporting Russia. If they hold other every nation, the majority of the nations across the globe are strongly behind Ukraine, are not happy with what Russia is doing in Ukraine. And that is why all the sporting bodies, the sporting federations, all the world sporting federations came and to denounce Russia and ban Russia from competing in the Ukraine. What even what Putin is doing in Russia, not a whole lot of Russians agree with him. There are some Russians who are totally in disagreement, are not happy with what the government of Russia is doing against Ukraine. And IOC, if you look at IOC stand, you also understand with the IOC stand. But I think Ukraine government, Ukraine authorities should see that it's enough punishment already
Exactly.
for Russia. When if IOC say you athlete, you just like me, come to school, I say, I should drop my father's name. I should drop my son's name. So then what am I? They are from Russia, but they said they will not answer Russia. So they are just strangers. They are just.
If you recall, Russia has had this. If you recall, even in the 2022 Olympics, as a result of the doping, Russia didn't even compete as Russia. You know, they rather competed as neutral. You know, exactly. So IOC are saying, let them come compete, but not as Russia, but as neutrals. Yeah.
So Ukraine government should understand with the IOC by the stand that you are going to drop your flag, you are going to drop your name, you are going to drop your identity. So that to me that is enough punishment. Punishment for Ukraine to accept it. And if Russia, I think Russia will be even the Russian government will be even more pained that their athletes are the international podium and they can't answer their name. Their national team will not be sung, will not be saying anything. So there will be no flag anything connected to Russia around the city, around the environment. I think that is enough punishment for Russia, and Ukraine should consider it. I think Russia will even feel more pain if they ban them completely from competing and none of the athletes is allowed to compete. Russia will feel that is more better. But allow their athletes to compete without their name, that will be more painful to Russia. And Ukraine should accept this and allow everything to go by. So not competing with the Russia tag or Russia identity is enough punishment already.
All right, to our final story before we leave. It's very important and very I don't know how a lot of football fans are taking this story, but this story came out yesterday and it has to do with Man City, where the Premier League actually charged Man City with more than 100 breaches of its financial rules following a 4-year investigation. It has referred the club to an independent commission over alleged rule breaches between 2009 and 2018. And the commission can impose punishment ranging from a fine and point deduction to expulsion, complete expulsion from the Premier League. In a statement, the Premier League said City breach rules require them to provide accurate financial information that gives a true and fair view of the club's financial position. This information covered club revenue, which includes sponsorship income and operating costs. Alleged breaches relate to rules regarding full details of manager remuneration from 2009 to 2013 seasons when Mancini was in charge, and player remuneration between 2010-11 and 2015-16 season. The Premier League said City breached rules related to UEFA regulations, including financial fair play from 2014 to 18, as well as Premier League rules on profitability and sustainability from 2015-16 to 17-18. So, not good times for Man City, if you tell me. And this time around, the Premier League, I mean, if you further that statement had even said this is not a case that can even be taken to arbitration like they did when it's against UEFA, and UEFA had to overturn it. Said, look, this one, there's nothing like arbitration. Once we give you a few days to come up and make your presentation, if you finally find you guilty, we'll take one of these decisions, either expel you from the league depending on the magnitude of the issue, deduct your points, or you pay a huge fine. But all along, people have raised concerns about the financial dealings of, the Arab-owned Man City, and of course, they've been now charged by the Premier League.
Yeah, since the Arab billionaires when they Man City people used to be just be an African team.
Very well, exactly.
So they move off, cannot put them to be off that. To the extent that in the last 6 seasons, they have won Premier League title.
Yeah.
So challenging everybody and pushing every other person who are up there downward.
Yeah.
And all those cannot be attributed to the technical points of the
Of course.
It's all about
Yeah.
financial.
Because every coach who has come this to take over has won a title.
Won the title. So
Yes.
it's all about the financial power
Yeah.
of the club. And I think, but what is that? are not clear. I don't think there's no any case that is not that you don't have the right to appeal. They could say that they don't have the right to appeal.
No, you can appeal, but they're saying
They may not have anything.
not
appeal not stand.
not to the court of arbitration. That in this case it is not.
Appealing is to move forward to the highest court, and which is court of arbitration for sport. But let's say it's going to be.
The Premier League has their rules, so they might have their reasons.
Just
for
what I
that.
say, it's not a good time for Manchester at the moment.
Yeah.
This is likely going to affect them, and there's even a player that they will be deterred them 15 points.
Yeah, that's one of the
One of
the punishment they might get.
Well, let's see how it will pan out, and let's go. I hope that the Chelsea are learning from this, because I see Chelsea coming up soon. Because since the US man take up the club, I've also seen a lot of things.
Exactly.
That is not me who is from foul of the fair play and financial fair play of the club. So,
Right, we'll see how all these stories evolve in the course of the coming days and week. Of course, it's a new story, so I'm sure in the next couple of days and weeks, a clearer picture, we'll have. Yeah, exactly. All right, that's all we have for you on today's episode of Sports Orbit. Tomorrow we'll be back with our midweek edition of the program. Do join us at 4 p.m. once again tomorrow. Wonderful, thank you for being in the studio today.
thank you, and don't cause trouble in midst of the financial crunch in the country.
Yes, exactly.
Just be cool down. It will be over.
Yeah, all right. Do stay safe out there. My name is Apacho, and it's bye for now.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.